Hello, this is the midseason review of the Arizona Cardinals, a team that I am pretty high on. Despite a rough season, they are 11th, and a lot of people look at their last week game and thought they got blown out by Carolina and that they're probably done now. Well, two things. Carolina is kind of back. Losing in Carolina is not the disgrace that it would have been earlier this year. And then the other thing is, if you watch that game, it wasn't really a blowout. It was kind of a weird game where the first quarter, Carson doesn't get any protection, which is a problem for this team, but it kind of felt like a close game the entire way, which is hard to explain, but these two teams really were competitive. So I'm going to chalk that up as a fluky game. I think this Cardinals defense is super good. And then they need to get healthy on offense. They need to figure out the right side of the offensive line, which has been a huge issue. Maybe keeping Jermaine Gresham in to block. You know, they have the receivers when healthy to be able to do that and still have an effective offense. Carson has struggled, certainly, but Bruce Arians, he knows how to get an offense going. I'm not worried about that. And this defense is going to keep them close no matter what. The biggest difference this year is they have a pass rush. Chandler Jones has been way better than I expected. A top 10 pass rusher at least this year. And then Marcus Golden is really coming on, the young player on the other side. So they're pretty scary defensively. And then at least this year going forward, I think they're going to find a way to get in the playoffs. I don't know exactly how it's going to shake out, but maybe Minnesota falls off, and they can get in as a 10 and I guess a 10-5-1. I could see this Cardinals team getting there now. And then they get in. We'll see. Carson Palmer is definitely one of those quarterbacks that's going to limit your ceiling in terms of a playoff. So I'm not going to say this team's going to the Super Bowl. I wasn't that high on them going into the year, but it's weird because I was high on them. But it's weird. It's one of those things where I said in the Seahawks episode, I don't really fluctuate too much based on the storylines of the year. I was lower on them, way lower on them going into the year. I said I wouldn't be surprised if they missed the playoffs. And now they lose a few games, they have some injuries, and everyone writes them off and stops talking about them. And I'm right where I stay. I say, okay, they could still go 10 wins. I'm not going to write them off. I don't think they'll win the Super Bowl. But it's not a team to overlook. They're going to be a tough out every single week, and that's why I have them 11th in the power rankings. You want to put, say, you're going to look at them compared to like an Oakland or a Philly, who everyone has ranked ahead of them, and including myself, but they're right there with them. They're going to be competitive, and I honestly think I'd probably pick them to win, depending, if they're playing in Arizona, they beat Oakland. So that's my breakdown of the Cardinals. We're going to wrap this up. We'll talk about the Rams and the 49ers, and that's it. I really appreciate you guys watching these videos. And comment, subscribe, let me know what you agree with or disagree with. So we'll see you for the Rams next.